Hello, this is Django. Sorry it's been quite a bit. Um, I just lost track of time, honestly. Not that, you know, YouTube is exactly my thing, as I wished it could have been a long time ago. But occasionally I do feel the urge to come back and do little updates and just talk, because this is one of the only places that I can just put my thoughts out there. Let's see, first things first. One of my last little talking videos I was talking about Star Wars, and I'm going to steer clear of that this time because if I remember correctly, I was hopeful back before The Last Jedi, and all hell has broken loose, and there's no need to rehash all of that. It's quite clear what happened. I went on a trip, and I stayed gone for a while, and it was very, very good for me. It was good for me mentally, but not financially, if that makes sense. So I came back, and I have a new profession that I am in, and surprise, surprise, it's not fun, but most jobs are not. Pays very well, pays better than any job I've had before, so that is good. The hours are not bad. Everyone has good days and bad days in their job, so I won't go into that too much. My job that I have now, I got this job because I am attempting to help someone financially who cannot do so for themselves. Is this my responsibility? No. Do I always want to do this? No. I'd be a liar if I said I, from the deepest part of my heart, every single day wish to do my best and help. Some people do feel that way, I trust, but I unfortunately cannot hide the ugly honesty that I feel sometimes. But no, it is not my responsibility or my problem, I suppose I could say. But I'm still doing it. And it may seem selfish, but there is a possibility that it could just work out for me in the end just by doing this nice thing. And it might not, and I worry about that all the time. And part of me gets a little angry, if I'm being honest, because I wonder what happens if me trying to support this venture, I could call it, if it doesn't work out, and I will feel like I have wasted time that I could have put somewhere else. But also I feel like if I did not try, I would wonder for the rest of my life if I had changed something, if I had tried this, would I have made a difference? That unknown if is what I would hate more than anything in my current situation. Let me see. I don't really know who I'm talking to, honestly. I see I've gotten a few more subscribers. I think it had mostly to do with a now deleted Squid Game show audition, which, that was it was what it was. I didn't think I would even get a chance to, compete or be on that show, but might as well. Heard that didn't actually go too well, in all honesty. So I'm kind of glad I didn't actually get to go. My gun video about the little Spanish Astra, that did very well. It unfortunately has taken a back burner in my collection of firearms. It's a very interesting case because, pardon me. It is a very interesting case because I love antique guns and pistols, mostly tiny pistols. I like rifles and shotguns, obviously, but I've gravitated toward handguns and mouse guns particularly. I know most people would argue all day long about 22, 25, 22 short, 32, which one's best. I admit that, it's probably better to have a bigger caliber round to handle, whatever you may encounter nowadays. It's not, I do admit it is not the 20s anymore. And meth is a hell of a drug, and a 22 short might just scratch the fella's itch. It might not actually put him down. However, I personally believe that I carry what I want. I'm at this point in my life where if I don't carry what I want when I want, I just feel meh, if that can. I know some people out there probably would understand what I'm meaning, because I'm no John Wick. I'm no fast operator in any sense. Do I wish I was? Holy crap, yes, that would be that would be amazing. But I know I am not fast like that. So it makes little difference really what kind of pistol I'm carrying or how I'm carrying it, cocked and locked, anything like that, because whatever happens was probably going to happen anyway. And I refuse to change up my day because of some person who wishes to do me harm, in all honesty. And that's a silly thing to say. I do understand that. But like I said, I'm at a point in my life where I could care less. But anywho, the Spanish Astra video, I so wish I could fix that. It has something to do with the trigger bar sear, and I want to say maybe the grip safety and grip safety spring, and also maybe the hammer notch. And I did try to get a replacement hammer, and that would have pardon me, I have a video playing in the background, and it's gonna replay it, so I'll replay it for y'all. The Astras, they are very good pistols. In my opinion, the Spanish pistols, I would go Star, Astra, and then Yama. Unfortunately, pardon me, it is very late as I am recording this. I probably should just pause my recording when I feel a yawn coming, but I'm not that fancy. And I don't sleep too well anymore, so in all honesty, I'm probably going to yawn quite a bit. The Astras, as I've come to learn in most Spanish pistols in general, they're heavily reliant on hand fitting, and I'm not brave enough or capable enough at this current time to go in there and really mess with it. I have tried to get a gunsmith or two to take a look at them, and unfortunately they and rightly so, I understand their point of view. Rightly so, they say put it on the shelf as a wall hanger. And that, I hate hearing that, and I don't really want to do that, but at the moment that's where it is. Trying to think. I have lost a friend about 4 or 5 months ago. She, unfortunately and unknown to me, was suffering from severe anxiety, and I would assume some depression here and there. I'm honestly not certain of her medical things that were going on, but she was suffering quietly with that, and she took her own life. And I had messaged her like the day before, trying to show off, like, because she enjoyed seeing some of the new firearms I would get, and she didn't respond for a while, and I assumed it was just, I assumed she was at work. Didn't think anything of it, and then I saw posts from her family. I saw posts from her family where they were upset, but they weren't, they weren't quite naming what had happened, possibly because they couldn't believe it was even happening either. And come to find out, she took all of her anxiety medication and passed. So that was something, and I know that happens to everyone at some point or another, or someone you may know or hear about. So it's not really like a special thing. Everyone goes through it. I had not been through it myself before. And in all honesty, I was myself, before all that, I had not been too happy. I'm still not happy in my own life. And she was a very happy person who always told really messed up jokes, who just always had a smile on her face, so it was very unexpected. And I'm still upset in my own personal life, but when that happened, it knocked me out of wanting to go away too, and I don't know why. It didn't really scare me. It was more so not wanting to forget all the fun jokes and memes and just good moments I had with my friend. And I'm not special. There was probably she probably had more friends who would remember her more fondly on a day-to-day than, what I had being around her. But I didn't want to have that memory of her go away. So here I am. Still. As fucked up as that is to say. Lord. Sorry for popping back into the channel and having some of the most depressing news. But yeah, just checking the video real quick. There we go. Hopefully this comes out well. I have the audio turned down kind of just so it would have just a little something. Could probably do with turning it down just a little bit more, honestly. Oof. But yeah. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about it, but I have had some personal relationship problems, and it's just, it's not fun, and hopefully it works out, but, oof, yeah. Like I said, I know I'm not special. Everyone in the whole world goes through this type of stuff, but geez, when it hits you for the first time, it hits you, you know what I mean? Trying to think of something else to talk about, anything that's happened new. I am a huge fan of Brandon Herrera, and in recent events he has tried to become governor in Texas. Crazy motherfucker. If Brandon, if you hear this at all, holy crap, you're awesome. I'm a little jealous that we are the same age and you have done so much better with your life at this point than I have with mine. But I also congratulate you. But no, he tried and he put up an amazing fight. I wouldn't even say he didn't win the governor's position, but like he said, he has shaken them up, and he has proven that the every man can get in there. It doesn't just have to be an easy win for everyone who doesn't deserve to be in charge. Anywho, back to the point. In some of his political videos, he was saying, step up and talk to your governors, your representatives, whoever it may be. it's an inconsequential thing to have done, but I took his advice and I wrote my own governor in my state to try to expand on a rule about carrying certain types of fixed blade knives, which we are unrestricted. But I worded a letter in what I believe was a concise and proper way and format for a elected official to receive. I did the research. I asked for a clarification or an amendment, if possible. And I would have never done that without a little bit of inspirational kick in the pants from Mr. Herrera. And yeah, so I don't think really that'll cause any ripples or anything, but you know, baby steps, I guess. Tried my hand at knife making for a small amount of time. It was not good. Trying to do arts and crafts, I'll call it, while not being in possession of the proper hardware or tools is an uphill battle that you will very rarely win, and I had to unfortunately discover that myself the hard way. Many bruised knuckles and sliced up fingers later. In recent years, last few years I should say, I have become an avid listener and watcher of the Unsubscribed podcast with Eli Double Tap and Donut Operator, Brandon Herrera, and Fat Electrician. I was there from almost the start, not quite the start, but yeah, pretty good. I wouldn't say I'm not as big a veteran as Mr. Herrera, like they like to joke, but I've been there a while in the background. I'm not I'm not a service member in any way, shape, or form in real life. I wished I would have been able to. But I hear them talk about how that, how some people write in saying, how it's helped them out throughout their week or their day. Usually service members saying, they hang on just another week to see what the new video is going to be. And in a small way, it helps me through mine. That's not my sole reason for sticking around, but that is a nice thing throughout the week to look forward to. So yeah, I'm going to pause my recording here and try to gather some of my thoughts a bit. See you in a moment. And we are back. Found a different video, one that hopefully will stay playing a little longer. Welcome back, everyone. This is Dr. Fraser Crane. No. Lovely show, by the way. I grew up watching that, and it was a very calming thing to see before going to bed. That and Andy Griffith and MASH. I could go on for hours and hours about all the shows I used to watch like that. Let's see. Jeez, I am sorry for anyone listening to the radio silence I just had just then. Um, it's no special thing, but I have been getting into cooking more at home. I during the pandemic, I got sick twice, and I couldn't leave bed, and so I looked at my phone and I'm like, I can order damn near anything I want off of this phone, and I don't have to even get up for it. Um, so DoorDash, holy shit, you need to sign a waiver for that. In all honesty, because depression, Netflix, and DoorDash do not mix, and I gained quite a bit of weight. Um, not crazy amounts, but I gained enough to make me um, uncomfortable with myself, and I I gained that weight pretty quick. Pretty quick. I'd say it snuck up on me, but I knew what I was doing. Um, but I tried getting my weight down for a while, and I could not get it. I tried keto, I tried just cutting out sugars, but I could not break my habit. And when I got my new job, I got sick again, and this job is quite adamant that you do not have any. They don't give you 6 days, which is fine. I don't really care. Money's, I'd rather have money, honestly. Um, but I got sick, and I dropped 30 pounds in 3 days. And I had been trying so hard before that to just lose that weight the right way. Nope, nope, just get sick, almost die. Great way to lose weight. Great weight loss plan. Um, so yeah, and I'm still losing weight. I am very close to getting back to where I was, or at least where I naturally would be now. Um, which, unfortunately, since I gained weight so quickly back during the pandemic, I have no idea. I had no idea where I would naturally be on the scale. Um, so yeah, it's kind of interesting. I feel better. That eating better. Well, not necessarily better, but I'm trying to only eat out at fast food restaurants, maybe once or twice a week. I feel like twice is still too much. But you know, you have to have something every so often uh, to give your body something to burn. Um, but I've been cooking at home. Like I said, not necessarily healthy, but I've been cooking more at home. Um, I learned a recipe to make my own soda syrup. So I would say it's similar to a Dr. Pepper or a Pepsi almost. It's not quite a Coca-Cola. I have yet to tweak it just right to get it there. Um, let's see here. Didn't really come up with it, but I have almost perfected the perfect teriyaki chicken on a stick, and I'm forever going to be proud of that. Um, Unfortunately, I cannot make any at this moment because I've when I moved back uh, to my old place, I I unfortunately left my big cook pot that I do all my frying and stuff in. I left that with a friend, and they packed it up in their moving boxes, and it's in their storage. And I have yet to figure out where in their storage it is. Hopefully, it's all in one piece. But yeah. And before anyone in the comments would ask me what was I cooking, I cook steak, pork chops, those types of things, just basic man foods. And watch my subscriber count drop immediately. But I'm one of those people who cooks my steak a little bit longer than many would prefer, and I don't really care. That's what I like. Let me think. What else? My truck. I still have the same truck. I love it. I had gotten into a little interesting situation on the interstate, and some gentleman very politely thought my bumper should not be on my truck in the way it was. So he very what's the word? With a surgeon's precision, he in standstill traffic on the interstate, he decided to go not 10 but 20 miles an hour immediately. How you go from 0 to 20 unless you are not looking at what you're doing or you're just being stupid, I don't know. But I looked to the person in my passenger seat and I said, I told you he was going to hit us. They responded, what? And then boom, fucking just curled it under. Those Ford Rangers are tanks. My bumper had not one dent. All that was messed up was the little attaching brackets. I had to cut those off. But the bumper, the truck, it's a tank. However, his champagne gold pimp mobile, the wheels buckled, where the bottoms were facing out and the tops were facing in. It messed up his axle. It broke his radiator and his whole front grille. Both headlights were fucked. I know because the glass from them jumped over my tailgate, and I just had a bed full of glass, headlights and stuff. His hood was dented, and his little tiny hood ornament popped right off and skidded under my truck, and skidded out in front of it. In my momentary anger, I probably picked that little decorative thing up instead of keeping it as a little war trophy, a little souvenir of my battle. I hurled it as hard as I could into the pavement and just shattered it. So I have a fear of, some would say irrational fear, but I say it's completely rational, of those old, ugly champagne gold cars. I hate those fucking cars with a passion now. But the silver lining to this story is, did I have to replace my bumper for $100? Yes. Did I have to learn how to do it myself? Also yes. But since I only paid $100 for the bumper, the rest of the insurance money paid for my first Luger P08. Thank you, random man, for being stupid. Not too stupid to mess up the whole truck, but just stupid enough to buy me a new gun. Thank you. While I'm on it, if any of you out there have an old car, a Ford Ranger, particularly mine is a 2003 3.0 V6. But check your battery cables. I know it sounds very stupid, but if your if your battery is charged and your speedometer wants to jump while you are in park, neutral, or just stopped, and it's not your alternator, your battery, your speed sensors, do yourself a favor, check those cables. I chased a rogue little electrical current that was causing my speedometer to jump while I'm sitting at 0, mind you. It would jump from 0 to 20 with no revs to my RPM. Come to find out, when I disassembled my battery, or unhooked my battery I should say, for just maintenance and cleaning on other parts of my truck, I failed to realize, as when I was putting it back together, the battery cables had snapped, both of them, positive and negative. And how I drove still with it, I do not know, but the battery cables came apart up underneath their coatings, their rubber coatings, and there was my problem. So everyone out there, check your battery cables. It's like a weird tangent, I know I'm just kind of mumbling to myself almost, but I'm kind of using this as a way just to get my annoying thoughts out there. Who listens? I don't know. Maybe someone will. I'm already 37 minutes in. Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. I've considered buying more pistols, or talking about some of my pistols I have, some of the older ones. They're nothing special. Probably everyone's seen them by now. Forgotten Weapons, See an Arsenal, just random little channels in general. There's an older gentleman who is buying up all the mouse guns, as as they're called. Thank you, whoever you are, Mouse Gun Guy, I believe is your name. Thank you for buying up all the things I would like to buy, and also I've noticed when people show off the fancy old gun they buy that no one else was wanting to buy until there was a video of it on YouTube, they disappear and the price goes up. So thank you everyone who does that. I'm going to divert back to Brandon Herrera. Holy crap, I swear to God, I carried a Chinese Makarov pistol. I carried that before I saw your video, like before that video ever came out about like I carry a Makarov and here's why, or whatever it was. And I swear to God, the fucking prices went up. It's probably just the surplus drying up, but the prices of Makarov pistols went up, and it's like, God damn it. They're great guns, don't get me wrong. I love them. They're perfectly good for self-defense. They're clunky, but who cares? They got style. But Jesus Christ, who the hell is paying $500? No one should pay $500 for a Makarov, or a Tokarev, or an SKS, or any of those. Honestly, are they amazing guns still? Yes. But in my personal opinion, if you're not gaining something, like with an AR-15, you get a 30 rounder, you get all the accessories, you get the ability to customize it, you get a Lee Enfield, one of those old 303s, SMLE, you get a Woodstock, which is beautiful, and a 10-round magazine, and she's a bolt action with iron sights. I'm not talking about drilling and tapping, I'm just talking about base stock rifle. You're not gaining nothing. Is it a capable weapon still? Absolutely. Even I would even say the little 25 pocket pistol could be a capable weapon if you practice with it. However, they are you are not gaining anything. You should not see these asinine gun broker posts that say like a 25 auto Colt, it should be $800 unless it's very special or perfect condition. And you shouldn't see these Ethiopian Mausers and Lee Enfields and Carcanos that are just beat all to hell. You should not see those going for $500-$600. $200-$300, sure. Other than that, nah. But that is the world we're living in right now. Things are fucking sucky. Holy shit. I mean, we're in the 20s again. I'm scared for that. I'm scared for that Great Depression. I mean, we got a Great Recession right now, but I'm not ready for what could happen. Could we just take a moment to breathe, please, God? Just a moment where things aren't trying to constantly fuck you. That would be amazing. And I know it has to happen at some point. I know not everything's perfect in life. Just a moment, just half a second of peace is all I ask. Is all any of us ask at this point. I don't think any of us expect a good, easy day anymore. So we're just happy with the half a second when we're going into work and the lights just all stay green, or you're on your break and there's just nobody for a moment in the break room. That lovely little moment where you are just yourself and you can think, you can hear yourself think. I believe that's all we really hope for anymore. Ooh, I have dropped a thing. I've dropped a thing in my room. Has-Been Hotel finally came out. I'm so happy about that. Has-Been Hotel, there's the Lackadaisy show. I'm happy we are getting media that is actually decent, that's not getting throttled to death by Hollywood, because it just seems like it's stagnating a little bit, and it's very refreshing just to see something beautiful and funny and clever, and you can feel it's got a heart to it, if that makes sense. It's not a rehash or a reimagining, quote unquote. Like when those shows come around, they're few and far between. Like the BoJack Horseman, Inside Job. Those are the only two I can really think of at this moment on TV. Then, like I said, Lackadaisy, and it's only got one episode and a few clips, and I'm patiently awaiting the season 1 premiere. And if you haven't checked that out, it's a show and comic book about gangster cats in the 1920s during the Roaring '20s, when oh Lord, it's not it's not the depression yet. It's the oh crap. Here goes my age. My age is fucking me right now. Prohibition. There we go. Took me a moment. But it's about them during the prohibition times running liquor. Love it so far. Love it. I haven't been following it super duper long, but that's got some. Whew, that's got some soul to it. It's really nice. Trying to think. I don't know. It's just refreshing. It really is. I've been diving into older shows. Not super old, but old enough. I was watching through Boardwalk Empire, and I'm just now in season 3. And I like it. I like you never really as a child I didn't really understand how many things Steve Buscemi was in my cartoons or other movies I'd watch until I saw him on this. I'm like, hey, I recognize that guy. Got into Yellowstone and all of its spin-offs. Peaky Blinders I saw. I'm really into the crime, the old gangster crime type of things. Thanks to a YouTuber called Wendigoon, who I do not know. I occasionally watch his videos. How he can be such a great orator without yawning, which I am assuming he edits the fuck out of his videos more than I could ever imagine for that. But how he can speak so well and calmly and nicely without a yawn or anything like I've just riddled this recording with is beyond me. But no, thanks to the YouTuber Wendigoon, I was put onto Cormac McCarthy and his works as an author, particularly the No Country for Old Men and the Road, which I am working my way through. Things got a little bit distracting and I took a break from books for a little bit, but holy crap, it is that's an experience, those books and the writing style of him. And there's another author who I'm a fan of. His name is Donald Ray Pollock, and he made The Devil All the Time, and he wrote Knock 'em Stiff and The Heavenly Table, and all very good books. Gritty, realistic, just it's not saying, hey, this is you in the story, but like how so many nowadays people are like, I don't see myself in the story, and it's like, sometimes you shouldn't see yourself in the story. Sometimes you should believe that this story could happen, but not to you. You see people all the time saying, I relate to this character, I relate to that character, which you should relate to them, in my opinion. But not every person or character has to be you. Sometimes you just need to sit back and watch this fucked up person try to escape with a briefcase full of money. And you need to be glad that isn't you. with Anton Chigurh and his creepy fucking haircut chasing after you. Lord, 50 minutes in. 50 minutes in. I have no idea what to just vent about or talk about. Let's see. It's been a few days since the debates happened, and I'm just fucking tired of all the news talking about it. And let's get my videos formed by all these creeps now. If you haven't seen the newest drama surrounding that woman called the vegan teacher, absolutely fucking insane. I will not repeat what she said. It's easy enough for everyone to go figure it out, but I usually keep my mouth shut, try to at least. I don't call people out, I don't do none of that, because it's none of my business. As long as you don't bother me, I really don't care what you do, like, at all. But oh boy. But yeah, she is just disgusting, and she has really crossed the line with what she said. And I believe people should have freedom of speech. I do. I really do. But there comes a time when you really do not deserve to be able to speak those kind of thoughts, and she was coming up on that pretty fast, and now she's reached it. And I believe other people share my sentiment. But who am I? I'm just a dude that checks in every 2, 3, 5 years just to talk about random shit. And then gets distracted by the jazz in the background of his own video. By the way, this video is from a channel called Cozy Rain. Check them out if you... I love how it sounds like I'm reading an ad. Check them out if you can't sleep at night because you're so fucking lonely. Do you feel like you just can't quite get up in the mornings? Are you tired every day? And do you just hate your life? Are you really wanting to give that old Smith and Mr. Wesson a big old kiss? Well, take a listen to Cozy Rains, relaxing jazz music with rainy ambience. It's not funny. I'm not a funny person. I make myself laugh. Just humor, using humor to combat the bullshit thoughts. That is a weird thing, and most people don't do that. Most people do not do that. At least to the extent I do, I've learned. And to many, it's a very weird, disturbing thing to laugh about the most horrendous, heartbreaking stuff. I will laugh when I cry sometimes, which isn't often, but it happens. And holy shit, do I look like Joaquin Phoenix in The Joker? I mean, it's a scary sight. No one should see it. It feels good and scary as fuck to just talk, because I have no idea who will hear this. I have no idea if this will not be seen, if this will blow up like a motherfucker. Um, I'm just talking because I don't know what else to do. Let's see. What can I discuss now? Hopefully, this recording, like I said, is doing okay. I see my microphone jumping all around, which unfortunately I believe that's because my mic is not quite the best. I probably shouldn't have it linked up to my headphones, but I dropped it once or twice and it just picks up on things in the background, picks up on whatever the headphones are playing sometimes, so that's fun. At times like these, I wish I had a friend in a Discord call to shoot the shit with, but the ones I do have are all asleep right now, and that's where I should be. But I will figure out every single chore that I don't do during the day that has to be done at night. I am the best housekeeper when I should be doing other things. Ooh. Do you ever feel just hateful when you see the sun actually rise? When you can just see it peeking through your curtains? Because I'm having that feeling right now where I hate it. 57, almost 58 minutes. I think I will call it in about 2 minutes, because at this moment I do not know what else I can say. But I don't want to say that I will be back, but I've had the urge to make some sort of little videos here and there just about my handguns or something. I'd have to get a tripod for my camera or my phone just so I could record what I'm talking about. But different thing for a different day. But yeah, these are my thoughts that I can't tell people in real life. I'm just throwing them out there because hopefully no one will listen to them, but if they do, oh well. But I'm getting them out there. Even though most of them are ramblings and quiet moments and yawns, at least it's something. But hopefully this was okay for someone. Maybe one of those 22 people out there actually was wondering what had happened to me. I need to have a little list with bullet points so I don't get distracted. Getting distracted, I could get a little distracted. Just a little bit, just to be fun, but need to keep myself on target usually. Anywho, we are drawing to a close on the hour, and thank you so much for listening to me rant and rave. This has been Django's Place, signing off. Goodbye.